NBC Sports presents the 1999 Pontiac International Team Championships. The United States versus China versus Romania. I'm Al Troutwig, along with Olympic gold medalist Tim Daggett, Helpy Schlegel, and Beth Ruyak. We'll hear from her later. The United States has to feel confident. They've got the home podium advantage. As for China, they always seem to be working out some kinks in their game. And the Romanian men have to be sick and tired of hearing how great the women are. Well, they'll get a chance to make their statement today as we get set for the competition. Here's the deal. Now, there are 6 athletes per team. Of the 6, 5 are chosen to compete in each rotation, and of those, 4 scores count. This is Jason Gatson. He and Blaine Wilson form a very dynamic American duo, but they're not the ones we're going to see first. No, we're going to see 26-year-old Chris Young of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Ron Brandt, the U.S. team coach in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
And you know, Chris is 26 years old. You'd expect that he would have a lot of international experience, but he's really just getting into the top tier of gymnastics right now. Told me when he was younger he did just enough to barely get by.
Remember Chris's position. This is a very difficult position to be in with any team. The leadoff man. You're looking for a big score.
And staying on one pommel like this, very, very difficult. Chris dramatically improved on this event. The new code of points had revolutionized this event. Athletes having to do much longer routines.
Nice.
Well, so far, this is a big routine for not just Chris Young, but a great start for the USA.
He sticks to the landing. Tim, you talk about code of points. What's his start value here?
That should be a 10-point. You know, we talk about this continually, and everything is up to the judges. You always have to remember that. You go out there and you do the routine that you're supposed to do, and the judges, they're the ones that tabulate it and come out with the start score.
Yo Yanan, 17 years of age, representing China. And the Chinese on this rotation are on the rings.
Actually came to this competition last year, but competed in the junior division. Strength is critical on the still rings. Many of the athletes will swing to a strength part, which gives them extra bonus points. And he is going to get no bonus points whatsoever for that strength part.
Why?
No hold at all. You need to hold each strength part at least 2 seconds. That is a gigantic deduction, and right there, another big, big mistake, missing another, what we call special requirement. Not a good job at all.
Not a great start for the Chinese team.
And Tim, as we've seen many times, as goes one athlete for the Chinese, as goes the entire team.
Well, it's a little bit frustrating, to be quite honest.
Chris Young gets a 9.5 high, and he's stoked, loving it.
I think the other point with the Chinese team is that we've been watching them all week in practice, and we have seen very few full sets.
I have never seen, I don't think, in the times that we've done gymnastics, a score less than 8 in a competition like this, a 7.9. And now, Li Dezhe, also 17 years of age, from Jilin in China.
Well, you know, the pressure is on this athlete because you would like to erase that 7.9. Every routine from here on in counts.
That's for sure. You have to remember that, as you mentioned at the top of the show, Al, there are 5 athletes that compete on each individual event. You drop the lowest score, so that means that all of the rest of the Chinese routines have to be flawless or they count a major break. Not so bad to have 1. If you've got 2, it can spell disaster. And there we have
more problems.
More problems. Not a. And this is
big problems.
Both of these strength parts, we saw one right off the top, the inverted cross and that cross, they were both what we call much too high, not level enough. And this is not a good exercise right here. He has deductions just about and this is big problems right there. Putting your feet on the straps, basically like falling off the apparatus. Wow. Not good at all.
And the Chinese men, often smile and laugh. Maybe it's an uncomfortable response to an off routine. Vasil Shwana of Romania, our first look at what they have to offer in the competition.
I've always thought it would be difficult to be in the same country with such a powerhouse like the Romanian women's, but they say they actually a little bit ride on their coattails a little bit and drive a little bit of motivation in that program as well. Intricate pass right here, 3 elements in a row, and a little bit off on the landing, and very, very close to stepping out of bounds. And even right there, if he does that, that'll be an additional 1/10 of a point deduction. Very hard to tell.
Boy, he is flirting with it. His fingertips almost went out there.
Well, all of these passes nowadays, they put you dangerously close to the line. You have to fit in so much in each tumbling run nowadays.
Romania's head coach, Stefan Gal. You can hear him on the sidelines. He's wearing a microphone. A very interesting story about Vasil. He quit the national team in 1995, actually gave up a dream of making it to the 96 Olympics. He wanted to leave the country in order to make some money. Germany was his choice. Never did it.
Full twisting double somersault. Little step on the landing. Very difficult routine, actually, but lots and lots of places where deductions can be taken.
And devastating news for the Chinese. They are going to have to absorb that 7.9 because Li Dezhou got a 6.5. Blaine Wilson, grooving to his own tune. Cocky, confident, and really good. And he's also coming up.
NBC's Sports World is brought to you by the Grand Am with solid form design. It's excitement, well built, from Pontiac. And by Hershey, the great American chocolate company.
It's a tough world. Now there's one exciting car, actually designed to take it. The Pontiac Grand Am. With its solid form design, it's the most solid Grand Am ever built. Excitement, well-built Grand Am by Pontiac.
Can't get enough peanuts? Get a payday. Sweet caramel and tons of salty peanuts.
It's allergy season again. So what do doctors prescribe for itchy, watery allergy eyes like yours?
Patanol.
Patanol.
More than any other prescription allergy eye drop?
Patanol.
Patanol works fast.
In just minutes.
And it lasts 8 hours.
It really works.
Some people may experience headache, burning, or stinging. Take your contacts out before use.
Bye-bye, allergy eyes.
Patanol works in minutes, lasts 8 hours.
Joseph.
Yes, Papa.
There is an enemy that threatens all weeds. It is the spray.
So we'll bribe it.
The spray does not respond to bribes.
What's the world coming to?
Roundup. No root, no weed, no problem.
Older eaters' feet are sweeter, fresher, drier, cleaner, neater. Just kick off your shoe, and you'll know it's true. Older eaters' feet are sweeter. Only Odor Eaters insoles, sprays, and powders are fortified with genuine Arm & Hammer baking soda. They destroy, devour, and defend against foot odor and wetness. Odor Eaters' feet are sweeter.
Odor Eaters' feet are sweeter.
Time now to check in on the best American male gymnast, the 3-time national champion, 3-time American Cup winner, Blaine Wilson. September last year, shoulder surgery. He has shown us on more than one occasion that he's totally over that and ready to go. ready to accept the challenge that comes ahead later this year in the World Championships and next year, of course, in the Olympic Games.
And Al, another challenge for him here at this competition is he has assumed the role of team captain. And he said he feels like he's back in college competition again, where he assumed that role as a junior athlete. But he came to this meet asking his team, are you guys ready to win? And of course, no one's going to look Blaine Wilson in the eyes and say no.
Well, this is a winning routine so far. All of the components you need. Little bit of a struggle there. But that is one thing that Blaine Wilson does so well. There is no way he is going to give up. He fights to the bitter end, squeezes every 10th out of every routine.
Good fight.
Going to be a good score. You hear Ron Brandt, coach in the background, saying good fight, and it was.
All right.
Elfie, you mentioned college. That was at Ohio State, and you talked about leadership today. He was saying the slogan for the team is stop the bleeding. One guy has a bad time, the next one's got to nail it. The Shawana score 8.80.
Actually, credit where credit is due. That was a slogan come up by Jair Lynch in 1996, Olympic silver medalist. If there's a problem, jump in there and stop the bleeding.
So Blaine is recycling. Environmentally conscious. Good. Dragulescu of Romania.
And this is great. You love to see this. Dakota Point really doesn't encourage double layout with a full twist.
Marian is the 98 junior national champion for Romania. This is his first year on the national team.
Very intricate pass right here. 3 elements in a row. Double twisting forward. You know, it's so frustrating to see this because everyone can see little tiny mistakes in that tumbling pass, but it is so very difficult to do 3 elements in a row like that and like this and have it work out well. Typically, we see after each Olympic Games, Atlanta, and then in Sydney, a major change in the rules, and they are talking about even bigger changes, eliminating the 10.0, having an open scoring system. I think that would be disastrous for gymnastics. What it needs to do is get back to the roots. This is an athletic sport, but it's also supposed to be beautiful, and this is awesome right here. Double, whoa, double twisting, double somersault at the end. Unbelievably difficult.
Back on the pommel horse, the score for Blaine Wilson, a 9.55. That gives the United States back-to-back 9.55s. Earlier, it was Chris Young. Now we're going to cross over here at the Richmond Coliseum to Yuki Tomita. Not the best American gymnast, but certainly, to me, the best American story. He's coached by Yoichi Tomita, his dad, who came to the United States with $1,000 in his pocket that he borrowed. He has since repaid it. His dream is to give the United States, for what it has given him, an Olympic medal, and that dream lives in his son.
I never thought Yuki would be a good gymnast. He was a very clumsy little child. He would take 3 steps and fall over. And he used to eat drinks a lot, and he was kind of a little chubby kid, tagging along with me.
When I was younger, I had a really bad attitude, you know. I complained, I whined, you know, I was like the spoiled little kid of the gym. He always told me that when I was ready, he would coach me.
Interesting thing happened when he was about 5 years old. All of a sudden, he started working on his handstand every day. And I would say about the time he was 7, I felt like maybe he has a chance.
At 17, remember, this is a new face of hope on the American scene.
For a young kid, he actually takes his time.
Yes.
Long routine. He's a little tired. Struggles over, but a great exercise.
And Yuki Tomita has saved his best for last. And if you asked his father, he'd probably say, you're watching boy become man.
I was a member of a Japanese high school national team, toured the United States for 3 weeks, and I just fell in love.
So Yoichi left home at a time when Japan was Sukuhara and Kasumatsu, a gymnastics powerhouse, creating the moves we see today. In effect, he was leaving the New York Yankees to start a new league.
Many people have advised me, why are you leaving? You have a very good chance becoming Olympian in Japan. But I really had a dream of doing something very different. And I wanted to be a coach. U.S. was still very primitive in gymnastics. And I really felt like my presence may make some difference here.
Yoichi Tomita of Japan and Southern California, not yet a U.S. citizen, competing but not eligible to take home a medal.
In 1980, Yoichi's papers weren't processed fast enough to make the Olympic team. But in 1988, he went to Seoul as a U.S. coach. And from Arizona, 8-year-old Yuki watched Dad in the opening ceremony. It made an impact.
Be precise and be aggressive. Those two. Be precise.
It's a great relationship because we've got different personalities. He's more the really energetic, outgoing, you know, let's go guys type. And I'm sort of pretty quiet and pretty focused. It's good that we have each other to complement each other.
Okay. Everybody tells me that, you know, you look always happy. I say, I am very happy. How many people, how many father has a chance to spend the time with your own son when he's 19, 20 years old, for 3-4 hours a day, chasing for the same dream?
No, Yoichi, not many dads do, and it's great to hear that he embraces the moment. Tim, they talked about Yuki and Yoichi about Sydney as a fabulous opportunity, but they focus on Athens as saying that will be when he's at his physical peak. What about it?
Well, it's one thing that Yoichi does so well. He has a very long-term plan for all of his athletes, and he thinks that that is the time when Yuki will be at his peak and be able to contend with the very best in the world. On this event right here, he contends with them right now.
His best international result was a bronze medal at the Goodwill Games last summer, right here.
He has a beautiful body line. Take it home, take it home, come on.
Come on. Come on.
That's Ron Brandt in the background.
All right, good job.
And Yoichi as well, of course.
Hey, good decision. Good decision. Good job. Good job. Way to step up. You did it.
Is a 9.4.
Trent, come on.
Tim, what decision is he talking about?
I want to talk about team effort, because we weren't 100% everyone, but everybody fought for everything. Got all your tents back, right? We're going to need it the rest of the day now. Come on. Okay. A little confidence, have some fun with it. It's fresh, right? Come on.
Well, Al, we'll actually get to that in just a minute. But first, this is one of the reasons why he is a contender for an Olympic medal. Watch his right hand. He'll put it down backwards right there, and he'll do a full spin on one arm. One of the very few people in the world capable of doing that. So difficult. Also has a tremendous body line. But getting back to that decision, he's supposed to, after he lands in a handstand, do a full turn. Decides not to, is a little bit off balance right there, just comes off the horse. That only cost him 1/10 of a point. It was a good decision because he was a little bit off, a little bit tired. Yuki, way to bring it up. Nice, dude. Wish I could have finished it, but look at it like this, dude. I was fighting my foot off. That's all that matters, baby. Too, man. You're good.
Fighting his butt off to get a 9.525. Dragulescu score from earlier, a 9.4. So the United States remains in front in this, the first of 6 rotations. Chinese on the ring. Xiao Zhe, 20 years old, from Wuhan in China.
Remember, Al, this team is counting a 7.9 score. Now, since then, they've had 2 guys that have posted scores in the low 9s. So they're looking for a big score to help save this team.
And he may actually be able to deliver on that. Critical to do perfectly executed strength parts. Nice inverted cross there. They'll do it again. When you swing to it, you get additional bonus points. You also see the double saltos like this right here. Maybe just a little bit short on that last cross. But this is miles and miles better than we saw from the first 2 Chinese on rings.
Yeah, they definitely saved their best for last.
Nice double layout somersault, little shimmy on that landing, but they are so happy to be done with still rings and contemporary gymnastics. Still rings, by far, the lowest scoring event
A chalky high five for Xiao Zhe. The Chinese will be moving on to floor exercise. The United States heading over to the still rings themselves. Very consistent opening rotation for Blaine Wilson and company. The score for Xiao Zhe is a 9.40. The United States, however, is blowing them out. The bobble's costly, 37.575. They lead Romania by just over a point, and the Chinese by over 2 points.
If you've been thinking about jumping into a rugged new Montana,
I need more room!
now's a really good time.
Never seen a minivan do that before.
Maybe it's not really a minivan.
Life was more exciting in Montana. Now jump into a rugged Montana with this limited time offer, but get a move on because the train's leaving the station.
What color are your teeth? Introducing Arm & Hammer Advanced White Toothpaste. It'll safely whiten your teeth with just one tube. Prove it to yourself with our exclusive whitening guide on every package. You can go from here to here. Great tasting Arm & Hammer makes the difference. We guarantee it. So what color are your teeth? New Arm & Hammer Advanced White Toothpaste. Whiter teeth, one tube, guaranteed.
Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. You're going to get in trouble, and Mama said, we're not doing nothing, the monkey said. Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. What do you think you're doing?
They're already in training, so why not focus all that energy? Hey, it's either the gym or the furniture. USA Gymnastics. Raise the ceiling.
NBC Tonight, a shock jock has a brush with death from a crazed caller.
You have to stop running.
You don't know what you're dealing with. Now, the man who can be anyone is a voice in the night to guide him to safety.
Get out of there right now.
But there's a lot more to his story.
He was a subject, an experiment.
An all-new Pretender, NBC Tonight.
Back at the Richmond Coliseum with the Pontiac International Team Championships, the United States, after the first of 6 rotations, with the big lead over Romania and 2 points over China. What about this? Is this bad news for Blaine Wilson here, Tim, or just usual maintenance?
No, that's usual maintenance here. He's actually having his good shoulder, the one that was not operated on, massaged right there. It's just normal wear and tear at a high level of gymnastics.
Lu Jinsha in China. They are on the floor exercise at this point of the competition.
Lu Jiao was actually here at this competition last year. Shortly after he returned to Beijing, he underwent knee surgery, so he hasn't had a lot of preparation time for this competition.
Very nice opening tumbling run. Give him 5/10 of bonus, and more traditional gymnastics, double laid out somersault.
That was a save.
那个兄弟们看着就顶死，这边向前我们就顶死，顶死你就压你。这边看，前我们就顶死。
A lot of bonus tenths in that flare and circling sequence. I just personally think that that is a bad decision. He doesn't need to do such a difficult strength and hold part as he did right there, and frankly, there were deductions.
Sometimes it looks like they do some skills that are just a little bit too difficult for them. We have to remember that the team we're seeing here is actually their second string team. The Chinese have their national championships coming up in May, and they say that they've saved their best and kept them at home for that reason.
And some of their best are also injured, Elfie, so that completes the Chinese picture as of the moment. He seems happy with his performance on the floor exercise. The Chinese, down by more than 2 points, have a lot of coming back to do. Now back to Robert Ene of the Romanian team.
Robert is actually here at this competition to compete only on 2 apparatus. That would be the pommel horse and vault. He's a specialist on those 2 events.
Romania characteristically been very strong on the pommel horse. Not the best looking circle, a little bit piked, but very, very tough athletes.
Yeah, and they're here for a good reason, to gain some valuable experience. They make no bones about it. They've come with a very inexperienced team.
That, of course, when you hit your legs like that, it stops your circle 0.5 of a point when you fall off the apparatus. Very long routine. You just see his legs hit that pommel. And at that point, he is so fatigued that he's not able to struggle through. It's too bad, because this was going to be a very high-scoring routine. Not now.
Well, earlier it was the Chinese who had the door blown wide open by their low scores, and now the Romanians have a problem. Lucia's score is a 9.425, so a much better start here than they had on the still rings. Robert Ene's score on the pommel horse, 9.05. So like you said, Tim, low. Now a very strong start for Chris Young. We'll see if he can keep it up for the United States. On the pommel horse, he recorded a 9.55 and a graceful 9.5 at that.
Yeah, we will not see anything near that level. Not to be negative, Chris is a fantastic gymnast, but the upper body strength that is required with the new set of rules, so dramatic, and just doesn't really have that type of power. But this is really neat what's going to come up.
For example, his start value here is a 9.3. So if he does everything perfect, that's the highest score he could get.
Exactly.
Chris trains at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. He's a teammate of Blaine Wilson's and Jason Gadsden's.
Chris a little bit bigger, struggles on this event. You see the handstand not completely locked out. Right there, a little bit of bent elbows on the giant. Does this very nice, though.
But, Tim, he's a team player. He fights.
No question about it.
And that's perhaps the biggest element of this competition, the team aspect. You know, there aren't many events like this on the calendar, and this is the way things are in a World Championships or an Olympics.
Good job.
It's good for the team to bond. It's good for the team to learn how to rely on each other.
Well, you know, he's not going to get a huge score, but he did his job. That's about as well as he can do that exercise.
Hurt. Huh?
Pretty good. Well, it's supposed to hurt, right, if you do it all the way? Now, the Chinese have to be feeling better about where they stand. They've gotten some good scores on floor exercise, while with that start value, Chris Young is liable to see the U.S. total plummet. Now, here's the total, 8.5. That means right now, China's come all the way back. The U.S. and China are tied, and it's Romania in the lead. So there's a little early pressure being applied to Sean Townsend and the Americans.
But the next 3 athletes for the USA, much stronger on still rings.
Now, guys, we've mentioned that it's not the best Romanian group. It's probably the second team for the Chinese. What is this group for the United States?
Well, currently, this is just about as top a team as you can have.
Yeah, they definitely have the most experience of the 3 teams here.
Little bit of a problem, though. Whenever you see an athlete do a strength part, they should remain perfectly solid, just like that cross you saw there.
All right. Come on.
Full twisting, double somersault. Great landing, but it will not erase. You see Sean shaking his head a little bit there.
All right.
Hefty deduction there.
Good fight, good fight. Real good fight. All right. Good job.
Sometimes you train a strength part and it's going so well, and you get to the meet and you're supposed to have more energy and be a little bit stronger. Right here, no problem on this one. It's called a Maltese. Holds it well, but he shoots right up to an inverted cross, and you see the form break, and he does not even stop there. It's a big deduction. Nice swing elements. And every one of those strength parts could, boom, just like that. Stop right in that position and hold it.
Sean's score a 9.05.
Well, I got to tell you, as an athlete, you kind of like getting a bump every once in a while, but I think Sean would agree that's a bit generous.
United States has lost its lead.
It's amazing what some people will do to save a little money.
What a piece of work.
Yet with one call to Geico, you could save 15% or more on car insurance. And considering the alternatives, making a phone call is pretty simple.
Amateur.
Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Boy, you're sweating like crazy. You got TV cameras all over you.
We asked the hottest pros under the sun to switch antiperspirant.
Invisible Solid? What's that?
Degree Invisible Solid is body heat activated with a clear difference.
Right there. See, there's no white stuff.
Degree works hard but never shows.
You gotta be cool.
Introducing Hershey's Bites. No, little bites. In 4 of your favorite flavors. New Hershey's Bites. For a big taste, have a little bite.
Put her in a good spot, okay?
Sunday at noon Eastern on NBC. The world's #1 golfer, David Duval, headlines the field at the Bell South Classic. Then at 3:30 Eastern, an NBA doubleheader. First, a big Eastern rivalry. The Knicks and Pacers in a playoff rematch. Then Western rivals collide when the red-hot Rockets face the Sonics. All Sunday on NBC.
We are back in the Richmond Coliseum in Richmond, Virginia. Xiao Yunfeng for China, and they've come far back in this second rotation. They're still on the floor exercise. They were down by more than 2 points, and right now, as we stand here, they are in the lead.
Huge gymnastics right from the get-go here. Let's watch this pass. Twisting double laid-out somersault. Incredibly difficult. Double twist. Oh, ouch. I got to tell you, take a shot like that on the landing, hard to continue.
And Tim, when you land like that, it does kill your feet, right? I mean, it's got to hurt.
Well, some athletes just have bad ankles, and it's devastating when it happens to that athlete, but it hurts anybody.
And yet he shows no signs of it.
Oh. This is a jam-packed routine. That's just 2.5 twists.
Oh, wow. But this is typical of what we have watched in practice. I don't remember seeing one full set from start to end.
Yeah. That is so difficult. Just the way he recovered from that.